Hello everybody and welcome to something just a little bit special. That's right, the Lotus Register and Lotus Challenge Sim Racing brings you a tribute to Willie Hepburn at Kyalami. The lights are out, we are off, and all the drivers are jockeying for position down into turn 1. We are of course racing the Opel Astra V8 Coupe, an absolutely iconic car that Willie Hepburn drove during his illustrious racing career. We got Fred Alberts out in front, followed by Jeff Gable and then Robert Arno, all vying for that podium, those podium positions right now. But lots and lots of racing to come here at Kyalami. Of course, a place that Willie Hepburn was intimately familiar. These cars, incredibly powerful, very little traction control or any kind of assist whatsoever. You can see the drivers sliding around all over the place at the moment, on board with Derek van der Merwe at the moment, looking to challenge Robert into the S's. Fridge Findlay there up ahead, also in 5th position, looking to try and make an impact on the sharp end of the grid. On board there with Fridge Findlay as we go up towards the top of the track, looking to come down the mine shaft now, trying to go narrow and get a tight and better line out of that tight left-hander all the way down the mine shaft. Now you can see the cars squirreling all over the place. Look at that. That is some proper car control there by looks to be Jeff Gable there, trying to challenge Fred for the lead, flicking the car through over the very compliant this car over that curb, which can of course spit you off before you blink in a number of cars. But this Opel Astra absolutely happy with that. Looks like Fridge is now challenging. Looks like Fridge is now challenging Silent for 4th position, going up the inside, not quite making it work. No, he has. Looks like Fridge has moved up into 4th position. Great move there. Top 3 still absolutely nose to tail. I'm sure he's going to be desperate to join those. Wow, guys, getting extremely squirrely as they get through the corners here. As I said, there's very little traction control, none in fact, or ABS assists on a car like this. Willie Hepburn, of course, having raced this all through the 90s very, very successfully, and then picked it back up to do some historic racing, and very successful in that as well. Once again on board with Fridge. Wow, very sideways, getting extremely sideways, coming up to the top of the hill once more. On the brakes. Oh, Roberts gets it wrong. Roberts run wide, and that has allowed Fridge to squeak through and take 2nd position now. So Fridge absolutely blasting through the field here. One of the top sim races at Lotus Challenge, and really using every ounce of the track. Oh, we got somebody running wide there. Who is that? Robert. Looks like Robert again. Fred, though, absolutely flying, fastest lap of the race in the 153.7s already. So Fridge is going to have a lot of work to do to try and catch up to him, and clearly pulling a gap on the rest of the field at the moment. Fred doing a 146.4 now, a good second quicker than the next quickest driver at the moment. Everybody looking to spread out, find a little bit of a gap, and get their rhythm. Absolutely critical in a car such as this to be able to find that rhythm, particularly at a track like Kyalami. You can see these guys, as I said, sliding through the corners. Very difficult to keep this car just on the straight and narrow, let alone go at absolutely full pace. Robert once again running wide through Sunset. Oh, that's a big slide. That's a proper drift. That's absolutely a proper drift there by Fridge Findlay, but manages to gather it up and does not let the car get away from him too much. You can see drivers in the background as well, running all over the grass, just trying to find any bit of traction they possibly can, but I can guarantee you it will not be on the green stuff, lads. It'll be on the black stuff. So keep it there. Robert looks to be up 5 positions at the moment since the start of the race. That is fantastic going with Fridge there in second place, having dropped a couple. Must have got a really bad start there. And it looks like we have Jeff Gable here having slipped back down. He was all the way up, if you remember correctly, at the beginning of the race, but looking to try and make. Oh, there's another big slide. Big slide looks like Jeff Gable there. Once again, we come across the start-finish line. Fred Albert still in top position. It looks like Robert, though, puts an absolute stunning lap, gets into the 45, the 45.8, pulls a little bit of a gap on Fridge Findlay, who had made that fantastic start, making up a bunch of positions after slipping down and fighting back. But definitely Fred in control of this race at the moment. Derek van der Merwe in 4th position, finding himself not in no man's land just yet, but certainly trying to hang on to the back of this podium fight, and absolutely ready to pounce. Oh, we got a move. We have a move, and that looks like it was Jeff Gable trying to make a move on who was that, on Silent, I believe, and making that stick. Great racing from these two drivers, going nose to tail, keeping it clean, keeping it two different lines there through the S's. That's very interesting. But I tell you what it's done, is allowed Silent to catch up. Oh, is he going to go down the inside at the top of the hill? Thinks better of it. Of course, these cars very squirrely on the brakes. You don't want to clatter into your fellow competitor. And once again, we have a look at what these top 3 guys are doing. Oh, Fridge getting very tight on the brakes to the back of Robert and Fred. Fred must have made a mistake or two over the course of this lap, because suddenly Robert is all over the back of Fred and has slipped up around the outside, I should say, and into top position right now. But it is incredibly close for this podium. Derek van der Merwe still looking to pounce in the background, but he's going to have Jeff Gable for company very soon. But who's this going for an overtake, using that inside line and making it stick? A great move there. Robert's still got the fastest lap of the race so far, so unsurprising that he is in top position. But Fridge has made that move stick on Fred, so Fred has slipped a couple of positions back down, and once again we have Fridge trying to catch up to that first position. We'll have to see how that plays out, but for now we are looking like Robert sitting pretty, followed by Fridge, Fred, Derek and Jeff making up our top 5. Of course, we want to remember that Willie Hepburn started racing all the way back in 1965, aged just 23, entering his own private Austin 1000 road car into an event, coming from all the way at the back, having missed qualifying and winning his very first race, which is incredible. So it's absolutely the Hepburn way to come from the back and make. Oh wow, that is very brave, getting onto the grass there. That looked to be Fred Alberts exploring every little bit of this Kyalami track, and luckily not spinning off. Fridge Findlay though pressuring Robert. Let's see what the lap times are when they come across the start-finish line, getting very squirrely on the exit. So difficult to put the power down in this car and just not spin those rear wheels up. Fridge Findlay now setting the fastest lap of the race, a 45.4 compared to Robert's best of a 45.7. So it does look like at this stage of the race that Fridge has the pace on Robert, but will he be able to work his way through? Oh, that's another massive slide from Fridge. We've seen that a couple of times in this race already, just getting all out of shape but managing to control it. Like, fantastic car control from Fridge Findlay, and it has allowed Robert to put a gap slightly to Fridge. Though we'll have to see if he can come back and at Robert later on in the race. Meanwhile, though, Derek van der Merwe also getting very sideways. Oh, he was going to be able to challenge Fred in a lap or so's time given his pace, but unfortunately not to be. Fridge once again, we can see sliding this car all over the place. Must be cooking his tires, surely. Loves that narrow line as well, coming up the top of the hill and down the mine shaft. But as we are on the last lap, Fridge is going to really have to try hard to catch Robert here. He's got very few opportunities left to do so. The last lap of the race, where is he going to try and make a move? Is it going to happen at all? We will have to see. However, it looks like Robert is going to take it. A fantastic win for Robert Arnoux, followed by Fridge Findlay. Fred Alberts is going to round out those podium positions, followed by Jeff Gable, Silent, Tinus Boertes, Derek van der Merwe, Bonds and Peter Plint coming in 9th position. It has been a fantastic race, and an absolute privilege to bring this to you. Lotus Challenge Racing will be at Kyalami later on in the year.